That is the bar for success. Curdled pus on 3.
Curdled pus.
1, 2, 3. Curdled pus.
Today I got up, I stepped onto the grill and I clamped down on my foot.
There's not much in this world that I find more repulsive than feet. I don't know what it is about them. I just don't like them. I don't like the smell. I don't like the taste. I'm kidding. I don't like the look. I love the taste. Bunions, hard skin on the bottom of feet, like janky toenails. They're just repulsive all the way around. And so, what better way to cap off this entire render challenge than including one of my biggest phobias, nasty, filthy feet. And so today, Brent's gonna help me scan my foot, because he's a good friend. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my foot and I'm gonna go drag it around in the dirt and the muck so it's nice and disgusting. Then Ren will gently and lovingly capture any scan of my foot. That's pretty good. That's a tasty meatball. Come on now. That's good, dude. And now with that scan done, I'm gonna try to add some oils or some pimples or some varicose veins. All the juicy, repugnant little details. I told Jordan, okay, I will scan your foot, but you gotta scan my head. For the first satisfying render where I had like the scan of my face, I was using Bella's 3D. It's like the most simplistic head scan you could possibly have. But this time around, I'm using Polycam, which will actually scan my head properly and give me a much higher fidelity model. Jordan made a major mistake. Jordan made a mistake. He told me that he's afraid of this little thing called trypophobia, which is a fear of holes. It's a fear of Shia LaBeouf. So I looked at some images of trypophobia on hands, like holes in hands. Ah! Oh, God! Oh! I'm not trypophobic. What the heck, man? Dude, look at that. This sort of, like, trypophobia aesthetic reminds me a lot of David George. He has, like, all these really good-looking renders from years back that basically have these holes and, like, these little things coming out of them. Jordan didn't realize this when he told me that he's got this fear of trypophobia. That's why I did the head scan. I'm gonna add some holes to my face. So, coming right out of the box, these Polycam scans are pretty high resolution. I need to, like,
remesh it a little bit. So I'm gonna make the face very high resolution, but the rest of the body and head to be kind of like low resolution in terms of like number of polygons. And I've actually been doing this so far on this laptop here. It's pretty nuts, dude. This laptop is powerful. I'm a big fan. So like, I'm able to actually use Octane Render on this thing. I mean, look at this. Yeah, so this is the Razer Blade 17. Inside of a laptop, this thing is now at the CES this year. What's also really nice about this is about rigorously test all of their drivers to make sure that they're running well crap. There's this thing called like some of them actually working on those threads or like a couple threads running in like many threads. So it's really actually required less. Oh, good for that much. It's actually, I'm a big fan of the screen here, but the Razer Blade 15, all of these features. In fact, they got a whole line of laptops across all of them. Really cool stuff. So yeah, I guess it's work here.
So I saw the moment when Rem saw that giant cyst burst and he nearly lost it. I saw his soul trying to escape his body. I thought what better inspiration for talented artists to grow up than what already almost made him throw up. So I wonder, it probably involves some sort of oil or cyst. Gelatinous goo that's just leaking out of a body. So the next step is to grab you and Riley what he's basically a walking instant letter. So I'm just going to grab him and squeeze him and also
so that you are the line, and that makes it work. It's like
living foot cheese.
yeah, it's come together. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I got my I need to get out of this. Now, so I gotta stop and focus on it. It's maybe I have to stop and sit and breathe. But it's getting I think this is good enough. I think for now I'm gonna move on to the simulation. Yeah.
Okay, so I got the scan in there, I got the pimple all animated, I got the tweezers and the hand working, but then I hit a snag, and that was the bane of my existence and the thing I always try to avoid, liquid simulations. Simulations in general, computer graphics have gotten a lot better over the last few years. Now we have things like Immerse, which is a real-time smoke simulator. It takes hours and hours to simulate smoke. Now it takes seconds. But with liquid simulations, it's like you just go like this and you hit simulate, and then once it's done, you're like, that looks like awful. And you have to do that probably 1,000 times, changing little settings here and there. And with a lot of things in CG, you can kind of get away with some jankiness, but with liquid, it's like we all are intimately aware of what liquid looks like. So if there's jank, it's very evident. And if I want Red to throw up, I have to get this right. There's no margin for error here.
Oh, this is stressful. Alright, so a bit of an update. Got the little flab of skin. I hope I can actually incorporate that in. So this is like actually a really cool technique. I used this thing called Voronoi fracture to add color to
No, that does nothing to me. Don't do this.
Yeah, not gonna lie, it's been a really gross time, but it's been a good time working on this laptop here. It's super dope to be able to have like desktop power on my lap here. And if you want to learn more about Visual Studio or get like 15 or 17 like this one, click that link in the description. I'm gonna add a little picture animation. Render it out. Well, I got like all the buttons to see what the other guys did. Here we are, finished renders ready to be displayed to everyone. Hold on to this stuff.
My stomach's currently messed up. I'm hoping it stays that way, but I'm not so sure.
Eating egg box. Man, egg makes me sick. So my whole approach with this render was specifically to try to I feel like I broke something. Three, two, one.
It's a little guy.
That's
it's a
so
gross. It's a little cutie.
Put him back in.
Oh my god. Dude, when it first I actually did like, I don't even know what you call it. Yeah, that's what happened.
It's the whole opening more. You know what I mean? Like seeing into an open world that's no encounter you the whole is particularly. This would be really gross, except you just couldn't resist this little cute. It just gets a little cute. Cute. I don't know.
As you see, I'm still conscious, so the Grand is like 7 on this is like a 6.9. Well, that was the grossest render I've ever seen until This is an 8 out of 10 on the gross scale, but it's a 10 out of 10 on the render scale.
My heart is full. Thank you, my friend.
Grossest render I've ever seen, definitely right up there with Peter's, 8.5, 9 even. But the thing that puts it over the top for me is it tells a story.
I think it's the render that got me to elicit the most of vocal reaction. I'm revising Peter's score from a 6.9 to a 7, so it's a tie with Ren. And this, 7.01.
A nail biter.
Well, that was a lot of fun to work on. I wasn't able to actually do everything that I wanted to do, so there's a slight bit of disappointment on my end. But I kind of regret doing this video because of what I saw you guys make. You made me sick.
I mean, we literally made a goal between us to make you sick.
I feel less bad about trying to make you feel sick then.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking of. When you found out my phobia and took advantage of it, I suddenly felt very vindicated for a private conversation.
I want to do another gross render challenge at some point here soon. I need suggestions down in the comments on some gross ideas.
What do you want to split? What do you want to boil? What do you want to tear open? What do you want to fester? Yeah, enough. This is done. We're done.
A few weeks ago I was looking through records in the British National Archives for a separate video idea that didn't end up going anywhere, but while I was researching I found a completely different report, secret and restricted way from Britain, but now unclassified, and it was the first time in a long while that I've read some old archives and my jaw has literally dropped. It was called Possible Sites of Completely Contained Nuclear Explosions in North Yorkshire is a beautiful area that includes 2 national parks, the middle of one of them. It is stunning, it is historic, it is not somewhere that I expect anyone to try and set off a nuclear explosion. The report was written in June 1969, so just for context we're talking full space race, white heat of technology era. Neil Armstrong had set foot on the moon only about a month after that report was written, and the report is talking about peaceful nuclear explosions, which was an idea that was in fashion among some nuclear scientists and policymakers at the time. Maybe, the theory went, we could create artificial harbours and canals using nuclear bombs. No more years of mechanical digging, just put a few well-placed nukes in the ground and boom, 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 there's your new canal. Or maybe we could help stimulate production of gas wells, basically nuclear fracking. Or, and this was charitably the most practical idea, create enormous underground cavities for gas storage instead of use big above ground tanks. The US did run a couple of dozen nuclear tests like that under the biblical title Operation Plowshare. The Soviet Union eventually ran more than 200. But those are stories that have already been told by a lot of other people. By the 1970s, the US and the Soviets would work out that it was a bad idea. If you use a nuke either for fracking or to create underground gas storage, the radiation ends up contaminating the gas. But until that was figured out, well, I don't think many people actually noticed the records about it since it was declassified, but it turns out that at least some people in the UK were interested as well. Those people worked at the Gas Council, the Atomic Weapons Research Establishment, and the report shows that they were seriously working on nuclear bomb gas storage caverns were a good idea. I kept researching and found they commissioned a full study laying out the pros and cons, comparing the cost of other methods of storage. They had picked a site, which was here, actually literally exactly there, bottom of that ravine, Wheeldale, in the middle of the North Yorkshire Moors National Park. The plan was buy all the land for about a mile around, drill down 2,000 feet, that's 600 metres with a special extra wide drill bit, big enough so they could drop a 25 kiloton nuclear bomb down to the bottom of the hole. I'd say drop lower. It's a big enough bomb to annihilate a city in the open air. Plug up the hole, cover the top so nothing comes out, hopefully. Evacuate the 1,000 or so people who live nearby just in case. And then, not much would happen on the surface. It'd be a bit of a jolt and a rumble, a few birds startled into the air. The local towns of Pickering and Whitby, about 10 miles away each, they'd feel a minor earthquake. Maybe a couple of buildings would get a few small cracks in them. I'm not kidding, that's what the report actually says. It just phrases it little bit more delicate than that. It's not clear whether the locals would actually be told what was going on, but I think it would have been impossible. After that, they would let the giant cavern that had been created 600 metres down cool for a few months and then flush out and remove most of the radioactive stuff that was left behind, which turns out would have been a lot more difficult than they thought at the time. Finally, they'd put some pumping equipment in here at the top and presto, giant underground high-pressure gas storage tank for relatively not much money. And after a couple of years, they can sell most of this land back. The cost of the explosion in today's money, just as inflation, about £9 million, which is not actually bad for a giant gas storage tank. I suspect that was a very optimistic estimate. Even that was a bit more expensive than setting up liquid natural gas storage above ground, but once you've made the cavern, it's much cheaper to run this way. If, that is, the explosion works as predicted, and if there's really no radiation left over. There were a lot of risks. Now, as far as I can tell, this never got anywhere near the Prime Minister's desk. There was never some high-up government meeting trying to work out whether they should nuke a bit of the national park. I suspect it would have been a very bad political decision, and a very bad environmental decision, and a very bad financial decision. Look, I'm sure there is some possible alternate history where this happened, but things would have been very bad. The last reference I could find was November 1969. The plan was worked out in theory, and the minister would then say that further thought will be given to action to follow. And at some point, in some other record that I missed, maybe it's still existed, I'm sure there'll be a note that says they decided not to proceed. Peaceful nuclear explosions would eventually be banned by treaty, conveniently just after the point that the US decided they weren't a great idea, and the North Yorkshire
Oh, these are nice. Oh, wow. Where did you find these?
I had them delivered from Zeta Reticuli. They're your favorite.
Hey, Ace, tell me, when is Wes getting here?
He should be arriving shortly.
Okay.
You'll love the amenities here.
Why is that?
Some would say they're to die for.
Behind this secret door, I've built a $100,000 escape room. Welcome back, guys. I've been working on this project for over a year with the folks over at Immersive Tech. It is my lifelong dream to have my very own escape room. I'm going to be doing this with Wes, my best friend. We have no idea what to expect in terms of puzzles. We were not in on any of it. If you guys don't mind leaving a big fat like below, I would really appreciate it if you did me a solid. This is burning a hole in my pocket right now, and I need you guys just to get it trending. If you could do that, that would be amazing. Also, this.
We've just shot my first parkour video. Lower your expectations, but that means I need to give you the disclaimer. This is Hedge, qualified parkour instructor, and also one of the people who writes the qualifications for parkour instructors.
We've made a lot of choices, both on camera and off. Yeah. So fold down quite a bit, right? Yeah, that's fine. So, try and be a stick instead of spaghetti. So, we're going to stand up, try and hold tight, and the work is going to be done at the knee.
Okay.
So everything else is tight, it's just the knee. Everything else moving, it's like if you imagine trying to coordinate every bit of your body moving at once.
Okay.
If instead you hold the body and do the balance with a single joint.
Okay. And that's about the right position for the foot. Okay. Oh, I mean, there's a bit of flailing on the arm. Yeah, as soon as, so instinctively I started moving my body and it all fell apart.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Keep practicing that on the back in a second.
Right, here we go. It's the exact opposite of everything my body wants to do.
Here's the game. You're going to balance on that bar.
Right.
I'm going to bounce this ball at you. You're going to try and catch it.
Okay.
If you fall, you're going to grab the bar. Very good. And dabby dozy. So we've got a slightly higher bar now. And we're still going to be working on balance on it. But before we do that, I'm going to kind of build on this idea of getting down safely from the bar.
Right.
So we're going to be using the front of our foot here on the bar, and the opposing hand's going to grab the bar. And the first thing we're going to do is called the step through position. Is you're going to try and keep this knee over this toe, and float here, and then float here, and float here, and float here.
That looks like you've taken parkour and like distilled it down into a single movement.
This is pretty well and straightforward. Exactly what I'm going for. Isn't that cool? I grew up loving treasure hunt. I think it's significantly underrated. And at the start of the movie, this kid is like opening and reading a book that's coming out of the page. That's kind of what I'm doing, right? Artwork that's going to have these really cool layers. So I think that sort of feels.
It's a dangerous time to be a soldier in the British Army. There's almost 380 troops have been killed in Afghanistan, and over 1,700 seriously injured. And yet thousands of young men from all across the UK want to join the army and get their chance to fight for their country. This series tells the story of 4 young men on their journey from civvies to soldiers. Beginning on their very first day as new recruits. Through to frontline combat in Helmand.
Jesus Christ.
North Yorkshire, one of the biggest army bases in the world. For the next 26 weeks, this will be 28 recruits, all beginning their life in the British Army. There are no formal qualifications required to join the infantry. The recruits just need to be between the ages of 17 to 32, have minimal reading and writing skills, and be prepared to lay their life